Welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today, here in the shop, we're back on the Stitches Challenger. And we've got a package from a viewer. There's just so much awesome stuff, we can hardly stand it. Remember that the work that we do here not only applies to a 70 Challenger like Stitches, but it can apply to anything that you're working on. So, let's just get after it. Let's get it done. Watch the show intro. I'll see you in less than 30 seconds. I'm Mike, and this is My Cars Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Cars Shop.
So what are we up to today? A floor pan. Woo! Yes, we are going to put the rear under seat floor pan in on the passenger side, just like we did on the driver's side, only different. We have a couple of pieces to fabricate, a lot of rust and crap to cut out, and then we're going to melt this awesome piece of metal back into the car. As we said in the intro to the intro, the work that we do here can apply to anything you're working with because we're using just basic tools and applying basic principles to do metal work in a way that anybody can afford to do. So let's do it right now. Got a little patch to make to start.
Let's get after it.
If you haven't figured it out yet, fabrication is a lot of lather, rinse, and repeat, as you've heard me say so many times. In fact, I could even say lather, rinse, and repeat about saying lather, rinse, and repeat. And I suppose I could say lather, rinse, and repeat about saying lather, rinse, and repeat about saying lather, rinse, and repeat. Oh boy, that's just an endless rabbit hole. Anyway, we need to make this piece here, just like we made that one there, and get it put into the car. And along with that there, get that put into the car and get everything over here all and put in. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just do it. All right, so we're going to get a piece of metal measured out, cut this piece out, get a piece ready to put in. So we loosely just laid the floor pan in there and cut a piece of cardboard to go here. I just cut a slice in it here that won't be in the metal itself to just clear that so I can lay the template out. And I know I need to be a little bit longer here to accommodate for that rust that's up there. So we'll add another 2 inches or so onto that. I found a piece of scrap 18 gauge that we might be able to use. We'll see if it'll work. We got a little bit of work to get this done, but let's go for it. All right, there was this piece of scrap 18 gauge under the bench. I'm probably guessing this is from, this could go all the way back to doing the 47 maybe? Not sure, but could be the Charger, could be the GTS, I don't know. Anyway, piece that was under the bench. This is the template, so we're gonna have plenty of room to make that piece there. So I gotta all that down, get it cleaned up, and get it cut out. Alright, so we're just tracing out our template. Ballparking the baby together. Something like that. Okay, so we'll get this. Cut it out, we'll be good to go. We're good. So now the one thing we need to accommodate for is the fact that we have to put a little raise in here. So I'm actually probably not going to cut this edge here and leave myself a little extra up to here to allow for that to raise up right there because it's got this bubble in it right here. Alright, so I have everything laid out now the way I want it. I hope. I'm going to double check my dimensions here. Should be a little bit extra long right now, but this is going to get bent. So I'm going to cut right across here for now, I think, is the way I want to do this. And then I can put my first bend in here and here, and that will allow me to build this like I'm pretty sure this is what I did on the other one, was then I cut this piece out and made a new piece to go in here. I don't know, I could go back and look at that, but you tell me, did I do it the same way? I don't know, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and cut this from here up to here, and then maybe we'll cut it at an angle this way, which could be a little bit of a problem. I don't know, we'll have to think about that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it from here to here. It'd be nice if I could cut this at a little bit of an angle, but I don't think I can there very easily, so we'll just come straight across, and then we'll get this bent up and we'll dimension it from there. So one of the challenges we have here is, in order to bend an inside bend like this, where this is not going to be bent and this is, we don't have a finger brake. A finger brake is a brake that allows you could take some fingers out and it would bend only this part. So I'm going to do this the old way. Got a piece of metal in here. I'm just going to tink that over and bend the angle that I want. Then we'll have to bend the angle back the other way. Hopefully I can get that done the way I think I can here. We'll see. Bit too far, but that's fine because that gives me an opportunity now to put this in here and try to get another angle bent that way, or maybe that isn't going to work. I normally have two pieces, but I can't find the other piece, so we'll go ahead and just use this. This will work, and we'll just peen this back over this way a little bit to get our other angle bent that way. All right, there we go. We got our first bend done there. So the next thing we'll do is we'll have to cut a piece to weld in here, but that's no big deal. But I think I want to fit it on the floor before we roll our bead in here and a couple of other things. So we've got a bunch of trimming and stuff that we've got to do to make it fit, but I think that's going to work pretty well overall. So I went and cut his notch in that just to kind of fit around that a little bit. You can see that. And up into that corner, it fits good. Rolled it up to that edge a little bit. So we're not doing too bad now, I don't think. That'll kind of roll up into there like that. You can see we kind of bent that up there. So we've got to fill in this little spot here, but I got to figure out exactly where this goes. And I think, yes, so I need to cut this about in half right in here, and then I'll be able to put a fill piece in here to weld that up just like I did on the other side. So we're getting there. It's looking pretty good. Oh, we got a piece cut here now. Fits right down in here. Goes in about like that. And we'll get that welded in there and ground up and see where she goes from there. But that's going to be pretty good, I think. It's not a perfect fit, but I kind of made it lip over a little bit like that. There we go. Okay, so we got to tack that in place and then go from there. I don't know if I'm going to TIG that or probably not TIG it. The TIG welder is buried back behind the Oakland, and it's kind of a crappy day out today. I don't want to move the cars out to get it out, so we'll just make this up real quick. A couple little tack welds to make sure everything goes well, and then we'll get it welded up. Maybe. Alright, so she's tacked up there. Looking good. We'll go ahead and finish tacking it up a little more. And then we'll flip it over, weld it on the other side, and go from there. So this should look like one piece when we're done, hopefully. Should look good. So you can see here I just cut a little triangle piece to put on the back side to help fill that. So we'll go ahead and get that welded in. And then this should be getting close to being done. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Got that welded up now, we can grind that down. I'm not going to get too much more carried away with that than this. This is a floor pan. I'm not big on metal finishing stuff, making it real perfect, so that's good enough as far as I'm concerned. And we'll grind that up a little bit, and then we've got to roll a bead in here, and we should be ready to in the car. Turned out decent, so we got to roll our bead now. One thing I wanted to mention, some of the experts will notice that I was putting a ton of heat into that. Context. Context is everything. Do I care if I warp this a little bit? Nope, I don't. Did I warp it a little bit? Not really, little teeny bit. Been doing this a long time, and I could sit there and spot and spot and spot and spot and spot and cool it down and take an hour to do it. By experience, I just knew that I could hammer it, especially on the backside, and get it done, get it ground down, and it's pretty darn flat. It's got a little teeny bit of warpage in it, but by the time I put that in the car and so forth, it's going to be fine. So obviously very aware of warpage, what can happen, but again, by experience, if I got a little warpage, because I knew I was not dealing with two flat pieces like this, I had multiple angles, I knew it had a fair bit of strength. I wasn't worried if it warped just a little teeny bit. I was keeping an eye on it to make sure it didn't go crazy walkabout. It's fine. So just things that I've learned to expedite the production process, to make this job go a little bit faster, where I can get away with a little more heat and where not. All right, so I got my part marked out. I need to put it, I can't put it in this way because there's not enough clearance, but I can fit it in this way. So we'll just drop it right into the middle of the bead where it needs to be. Tighten her down a little bit. And this is 18 gauge steel, so it's a little heavy. But it'll work just fine. Metal's curling up a little bit, don't care. We could have run it in a planishing hammer to prevent it from doing that, but not really concerned about it. Again, it's a floor pan, it's metal, bend it around where you want it. If it was an external piece, it'd be a little different. I can actually put some more down pressure on it and then put down pressure on it this way to help take some of that out. I was tending to pull up on it. That's pretty good. We'll give her one more half turn. It's about as good as it's going to get, I think, so I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let me run this out just a little bit more to that edge. The original one came all the way down, and we're not doing that, obviously, so we didn't do that on the other side. We're not doing it on this side. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's good. Turned out good. Didn't get too much warpage in it, just a little bit, and we can that out real quick. Almost got most of it out like that. It's pretty heavy metal, so, but it looks good. Good with that. Let's go stick it in the car. Looks pretty good. If I keep this up, people are going to think I actually know what I'm doing. And I want to be clear, I don't. But I'm having fun. That's all that matters. So, yeah, not bad. I'm comfortable with that. It looks very much like the other side. Over there. Yeah, I'm curious on the other one. I'm not going to go back and look, but drop in the comments. Did I build this one the way I built the other one? Because I don't remember. All right, let's throw this floor pan in there now and see how that kind of fits together. Yeah, it's going to look good. I guess I need to make a decision whether I'm going to stop at this point for the day. It's getting late. I had a bunch of interruptions today. I know I've got a good several hours worth of work to put that in. I may leave that as a standalone and do that separately. I'll let you know in a minute. It's been one of those days from the moment I got out of bed where the entire universe is just conspiring and it's time for me to quit. We got that patch made, and I think it will be a standalone episode to get that married to the floor pan and get that installed in the car. So we'll do that in our next episode. My camera's dying, just a ton of interruptions, a bunch of work-related crap that nobody cares to hear about, and I think it's just time. So, I am looking forward to opening this package from a viewer who sent this to us from Canada. So channel subscriber 70 Challenger 505 had reached out to me a while ago, and we've been having conversations. He's restoring a 70 Challenger up there in Canada, and he said he had some spares that he would be happy to help to contribute to the project, and I really appreciate that. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I haven't seen it, obviously. I'm opening it on the channel, something that's always fun to do. And I really appreciate this. I'm excited. Always looking for bits and pieces to complete the car, and this is the kind of stuff that's exciting. So we got a gorgeous box of Canadian bubble wrap. Now if I can just keep from dropping the dang thing. Guess what it is? Any guesses? Awesome. We have a non-rally dash instrument cluster to put in our dashboard for the Challenger. So we're going to go pull the dashboard down from wherever the heck it is, I don't remember, and slip these in there real quick just to see what they look like. We don't have the bezels, we know that. We don't have the dash pad, but why not? It's fun, let's do it. So we got our dashboard out here, and this little unit just goes right in here like this. Something like that. Ish, yeah, ish. It's a little bit not right, but close. About there. Things are a little tweaked, of course, because this thing has been rode hard and put away wet. But yeah, there she goes, just like that. So we've got this nice little non-rally dash cluster. Don't have any bezels for it or anything like that, but maybe we'll make something, maybe we'll buy something, maybe we'll find something. I don't know. There's stuff that goes over here and a lot missing, but thank you so much to 70 Challenger 505, subscriber on the channel. Bill, I appreciate it, buddy. For you sending this our direction to help us complete stitches one bite at a time. This is another bite out of the huge, massive elephant that we're doing with this. Not only this junkyard scrapped car, but also with this car that was pretty much stripped of everything. So it's big steps forward. I appreciate it. All right, let's move on to the next thing. You guys are just amazing. I'm so humbled at the support and encouragement that you offer, so thank you from the very, very bottom of my heart. I'll keep being the little monkey on the strings here and showing you what I do. Remember, that doesn't mean I necessarily know well, I always know what I'm doing. It doesn't mean it's the right way, but it's the way that I've been doing this for 40 years. Of course, when I started out 40 years ago, I wasn't this good, and I'm probably not that good now, but I'm better than I was. So that's the thing, and it's a continual process of learning. There's times like this little piece that we made today, I step back when it's done and I go, dang, that's pretty good.
Did I do that?
There's a sense of satisfaction in that, taking a piece of scrap metal from under the bench and just making something that's pretty darn respectable when it's done. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I've got an episode coming soon on 3 tips for better fabrication. I'm still sorting through what exactly I feel are the best ones. We've done the tools. We've, in the whole Fabrication That Doesn't Suck series, there's a bunch of different things, and if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's over in the playlists. But, all right, we're on the Face thing. We're on Instant Grandma. And, of course, we're here on the You thing as well, because you're watching it. We appreciate you more than words could ever express. And if there's one thing that you need to take away from any episode that we do here on this channel, remember this one thing. If you apply this to your life, it can be life-changing.
Rock!